welcome to the stage, Chantel Girardi.
Who here has a message and wants to make an impact in the world? And who here is completely stressed with having to navigate social media in order to make that shit happen? Right? Yeah. I can tell you now that all we hear all the time is be more consistent online. And we're like, be consistent doing what exactly? And then people will tell you, well, set up a TikTok channel, you know, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, no one wants to see me twerk my way to success. How's that going to impact anyone, right? So having worked with 1,000 business owners worldwide, I can tell you that one of the most important things is Playology. That is the difference between them being more successful and having more of a soul-satisfying life. It is not about spending hours and hours and hours online. In fact, it's about unleashing your inner player more. It was a Wednesday on the 15th of November. It was hot and humid, and I just immigrated from South Africa. I had 3 daughters under the age of 5, and on that first day, completely jet-lagged. I remember being so excited and terrified all at the same time, thinking, do I have the capacity to start again? Our first car, the only car that we could afford, I remember bundling the 3 children, the 3 girls, into the back of the car. Erin, 4 years old, identical twin Jordan, 4 years old, baby little Hannah, 1-year-old, into the car. And the girls going, Mummy, what's that smell? And I honestly couldn't sugarcoat it. It's like, there's a rat in the engine. And the girls were like, a rat? And I went, yes. Well, Mommy, that smell, it's horrific. You know, stop that smell. And I went, I can't. We have to wait for that rat to get to heaven. And as I'm driving off thinking, you know, I'm on my way to the bank to try and set up our bank accounts for the first time. 3 girls in the car, and Jordan's going, Mummy, Mummy, can you put on the air conditioner? And I'm like, there is no air conditioner. But we're so hot, so stuffy, and they're kind of banging each other. And I'm going, there is no air conditioner. They were like completely baffled, because just the week before we were in a 7-seater flash car with air conditioning, all luxurious, lots of space, and now this. That night I remember going to bed completely just in shock and in fear of what my future was going to hold for me. I cried into the pillow and just sobbed, thinking, can I honestly start again? How am I going to do this? Fast forward 4 years later, having in that 4 years lived on one salary of $70,000, supporting 5 of us with no welfare. Can you imagine that? I used to count the snacks going into the Ziploc bags for my girls. That was the reality. And then my husband walked in and said, Chantel, I've been made redundant. And I sat there and I went, oh my gosh. And this was not the first time. This was the second time in 4 years. The only thing that I could think about doing was getting online with small children running around. I just thought, I need to get online. I had no experience, no tech experience, no marketing experience, had no idea what I was doing, literally winged it. And I just went frantically online to try and grow a successful business. And I remember the kids often, when they're playing, Mummy, Mummy, come play with us. It's like, I can't, I'm online. I've got to make some money. I've got to, you know, feed the family. And the girls just going, but come play with us. I'm online. And fast forward 2 years after that, I grew a successful business. I opened up a health, wellness, and fitness center on the Gold Coast. And now I had all these subcontractors, newly single, 3 daughters, and looking after the facility and the subcontractors, and they couldn't pay me rent. So again, that stress. And I went, I'm going to teach them what I had learned online, but I'm going to use Playology, because you only live once. And I wanted them to unleash their inner player, because what I found was when you unleash your inner player, you can be more successful and have more soul-satisfying business and life. And that is what I'm passionate about. So I've used the acronym PLAYER, and the P stands for purpose. Find your purpose. L is for learning. Keep learning no matter how uncomfortable it is. A is for attitude because it's a choice. The Y is for YOLO because you only live once. Our moments are precious. And if we died 5 minutes from now, did we live our life like we want to live it? The E is for experiences. We need to have more experiences, more meaningful experiences. Write a bucket list and tick things off every year, not in 10 years' time. And R is for relationships. Relationship with self, relationships with the people around you, and relationships with spirit. And now my mechanic. He jokes. I have 4 cars. He calls it the Girardi fleet. My twins each have a Toyota Corolla now, safe, that smells of sex wax, their choice. And my favorite is my camper van, Frida. And the reigning joke on social media is that, Chantal, do you ever work? And in fact, last week I was at an expo and a guy came up to me and said, do you live in a camper van? And I went, no, I have a house. My camper van is a choice. So I encourage you, unleash your inner player and have a soul-satisfying life. Playology.